Okay, today I'm gonna drain the oil in this thing. I'm gonna start tackling the engine. Gonna drain the oil is the first thing. There we go. This one's too tight. It's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna just let the oil drain out and just get the oil pan as clean as I can. This must be 10 weight oil. It's awfully light, but there's no moisture in it, which means liner seals are all holding good. While I'm at it, I'm gonna check this thing over good. I'm gonna pull the carburetor and the manifold off. This needs the proper cotter key. Somebody made a farmer's fix work here, but sometimes it's not that you got that you gotta use. Chunk of wire will sometimes get you by pretty good. Now this is something I do, and I know this triggers the ire to some of my viewers, but these little impact drivers are really good for pulling manifolds. They don't have the torque to twist the studs off, but they got enough torque. They have the hammering effect and usually pop the studs out. They usually pop the nuts off. It'll tell you something you're not going to believe, but you're way less likely to twist the manifold stud off with an impact than you are with a wrench. There we go. Don't you just hit when the sockets get... See, I don't twist off a single one of them doing it this way. Might help if I get a battery juiced up. This one is a little bit stuck, so I'm going to spray them with blaster, with PV blaster. And just spray these because that one, it's turning a bit, but it's not going that far, so. And penetrating oil definitely helps. Here we go. And there's one manifold then. Carburetor for a Farmall A. Yeah, full I don't have this very tight. I'm gonna have to clean up in here. It's dirt, it's pretty filthy. I just got something run, but it needs to be, it's pretty rusty inside. Okay, I need a this is a bigger socket here, but these two yeah, it's 9/16 for these two. I'll just take a 5/8 socket. A shallow one's good enough. I think someone just put that on. I think originally they'd be all the same. I find these impact drivers so handy for light work. This one that came, there you go. Rocker shaft's loose now. I'm going to take these all out and put them on in order. They should all be the same, but just make sure you get everything right if they're not. Every one of these push rods looks straight so far. There's none bent. There we go. This keeps everything orderly at least. I don't have an impact, so yeah, just try and snap these off with, I'm gonna take the pail out. I don't want to dump the fused oil all over the place. But I'm gonna try and pop every one of these loose just with the ratchet. Now I'll have to get my impact because I can't really stabilize this enough. Yeah, I have to get my impact to pull the head. Oh, it's coming. Just need to pull the bit and then they'll come loose with the driver. Sometimes if you just jerk them like an impact, it pops without. Oops, this is tight. The inner buggers are tighter than the outer ones. I'll get them, you don't need to see this. Now that I got everything cracked, I just take my little impact driver and the head just comes off easy. There's only 9 head bolts in here. I'll have to learn the torque sequence and the proper torque when I put things back on. I'll pull this rake out and I should be able to just lift her right off. These aren't that heavy, so it might be, the gasket might be stuck though. Yeah, I think the gasket's stuck. I gotta find a way to break it free. There we go. And lift. I don't see any. Okay, that engine's in good shape. I don't see the need to put sleeves and pistons in this. Everything's good. It's just carbon deposits. Those liners are perfect. They're like new. Why would you rebuild an engine when you don't need to? I don't get that. A lot of these guys do that, but I don't get that. I'm not gonna rebuild this engine, not when it's like that. I'll check the bottom end and see what the bearings look like, and if the bearings look good, I'm gonna just leave it alone. Now I got the engine upside down. You see there's silicone on there. This engine's been apart before. I think it's been done recently, to be honest with you. I gotta pull the... I'm gonna pull the pan and see what I can see in here. Like at most, I might throw rings and bearings in if the bearings are bad. But there's no way I'm gonna change those sleeves and pistons. They look like new. I really don't like silicone. Yeah, tap gently. We're wiggling so it'll come. There we go. Now a betting man says, there's the whole problem with the oil pressure right there. Yeah, freaking blowing a warp cap on the oil pump and blowing gasket. That's usually what goes wrong. Oh, you see, this has been done. This has been ground at 30. This has been done. This engine's been done. So, I don't know how recently it's been done, but the crank has been ground. Look at that. 1.894. I don't know what that says. P&M, it should be R&M at 30, I think. Yeah, I think this engine's in good shape. The one thing I don't like, this is the lock here and they didn't lock it. So I don't like that, and I don't like the silicone on there, but I don't see the need to do any overhauling on this engine. Just gotta fix that, that's all. And just pull up my 2 bolts here, and then this pump should just come out like that, and it does. Yep, blown gasket, the warp cap. So typical of these things. Yeah, I have to give this stuff a good washing and before I put it back together. Now I'm gonna just check this main bearing here and see what it's like. The center main is not the thrust main. Thrust leads at the back. Yeah, check this main bearing out and see what I can see. Better put the camera in so I don't know what I'm doing. These are a bit brassed here. There's oil on the journals. Yeah, you see the crank is rough here. There's quite a bit of wear on this. I think I better do rings and bearings. That could be also why I got low oil pressure. But yeah, the crank, there's in the fit, you could feel the bump in it, so. I'll see, we might even have a new crank for this thing here. And if we do, I'll put a new crank with new rings and bearings, and it should be dandy. Well, God bless you. I'll catch you at the next video. Please like and subscribe.